Hi lovers, welcome to my channel. It's Bubbly Winnie and welcome to the Positive Fam. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe and you become part of the Positive Fam, where we're all about positivity. And if you're a returning subscriber and OG, thank you for coming back by. Please make sure that you turn on your post notification so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Please also make sure that you follow me on my social media platforms on Instagram and also on Facebook. So today's video, as you can tell by the title, is the story time. It's Mokoko, it's Mugozi. So I'm gonna tell you all about this. It's over now. You know, we look back from it and we learn from it. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get into the video. So in today's story, I'm gonna tell you about how I got kicked out at night. I got kicked out at night by not like necessarily both my parents, but by my stepdad. So what had happened was, I was like from back in high school, I was in like adolescent Diana stage, you know what I'm saying, puberty and stuff. So I was into boys as like any teenager would. So I was into boys a lot, and so they would call me, so they would call me on my phone. And so my stepdad got me a phone and he said to me, on this phone, no one else should call you except me, your mom, or your family or friends, right? So me, knowing me, I gave guys my number. So when I gave guys my number, so there was this guy I was dating, but not really, I was dating him. And then I gave him my number, obviously. So the guy called me. So we were sitting like at home in the living room. So while we were sitting, a call came in. So my phone was always on silent. Why? Because I was avoiding like things like this, like that guys call me, and now I have to explain who is he, and now I'm gonna get a beating, or I'm gonna be punished. You know what I'm saying? So like I would put my phone on silent all the time. So on this particular day, I forgot to put my phone on silent. So it rang. So when it rings, so now I see. I didn't save this guy's number, I didn't save this guy's number because if I did save the number, every time my phone would ring, it would write like the person's name. For example, Joe. It would write Joe, and then now I have to explain who Joe is because now his number is saved in my phone. So I can't say I don't know Joe. So I never saved like guys' numbers on my phone because then I would have like an excuse and say, no, I don't know this person, wrong number, So on this particular day, I did not put my phone on silent. It rang. When it did ring, so now I look at the phone. And then my stepdad says, cause like the phone is like in front of us, like, and then my stepdad said like, your phone is ringing. I can hear it, but because I know that you're not, girl. I was like, I could hear it ringing, but I did not want to pick it up. So he said, no, your phone is ringing. Answer your phone. So I picked the phone up, and then I answered it. Hello, how? Hello. So I act like now like that it's breaking. So like, hello, and then I hang up. And hello. I act like, so yo, nah. He dropped, and I was like, who is the person who calls you? No, I don't know because they hung up when I answered. So maybe they'll call back. So my stepdad was like, no, call them back. I was like, no, they will call back. If they're serious, they want to talk to me, they're gonna call back. And then he looks at me with some like, man. Right. And then the phone rings again. It rings again, and then I answer. When I answer, now he can hear that it's a guy. So the guy is like, how are you? Right. And after the call, and then he's like, who's that? I was like, nah, like, okay, we are Jola. It became like such a huge issue. We are Jola. Oh yeah, Jola, I told you so many times that I don't want boys calling you on this phone, you know, this is the phone that I got you. So he had like this tendency of saying that such things. You know, I'm gonna like, yeah, it's a story for another time, how like what kind of a person he was. So he was like, this is my phone, I got you this phone and you should listen to whatever like, what do you mean? Now nobody else would call me a sub-girl, guys. So I was like, so I'm very, not really, yeah, I'm stubborn. Like, yeah, that's how I am. So I did not answer him or say anything. I was just like, okay. I never said anything. And he kept on shouting at me, and then called. And then my mother, like, yeah, you see your child. You know, I told her, you know. And I was like, so now what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say, you know? So yeah, he told me like so many like hurtful things. He said so many hurtful things that were unnecessary, things that he wouldn't have said, you know, if he really cared. I don't know, like he shouldn't have said those things because it was really unnecessary. I was a kid. All I needed was like a firm hand, but not an abusive hand, if you know what I'm saying. I needed like guidance, and I needed to be like for people to sit down with me and explain to me and tell me all about it. No, instead of doing that, he just snaps at me. He just like tells me all sorts of these hurtful things. I'm not your dad, you know what I'm saying? You're in my house, you know, all these like unnecessary things. So I got in my room and then I stayed there in my room. You know, I don't like talking, especially when I'm hurt or angry, or like I just don't like talking with people. It's just the thing that I do. I don't like talking to people. I don't know, maybe I avoid saying things or being disrespectful to people. So that's what I avoided, to be disrespectful to the guy. I just sat in my room the whole time and not say anything. So now it's late, it's around 8, yeah? So it's time to have dinner. So now my mom cooked and now it's time for us to eat. And I said, I'm not hungry. How? Food is ready. I'm not hungry, I'm fine. What do you mean you're fine? What did you eat? Nah, nothing, I'm just fine. Okay, then they left, like they left it at that I'm fine, okay? And then it became 9 p.m. now. And then they were finished eating. Then the stepdad came to my room and said, the food is ready. I was like, I'm not hungry, I'm fine. What did you eat? You know that you have to take your medication. And then now you saying that you are not hungry, you know. And then he kept shouting at me, you're thinking that you're a woman. Hey, you can lock yourself in your room and you can be all stubborn as you want. This is my house, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want to listen and obey to whatever that is in my house or whatever that I say in my house, then you leave. And so I kept quiet, you know. I thought he was playing, or maybe he was, but nah, he wasn't. So he said, go, get out of my house. So I was like, I should go. And he said, yeah, get out of my house because you don't want to listen to what I have to say. Knowing me, and like I was so tired, you know, I was so tired. If I could tell you the whole story of all of this, I was so tired of living in that house. I was so tired of, I was just waiting for just an opportunity to go out of that house. I don't know where I would go, but I was just tired, you know, of being in that house. I was tired of all the abuse and the unnecessary, like, hurtful words that he would say to us. So I was like, okay. He was like, leave. So I was wearing like my pajamas, guys, my pajamas and my gown. It was winter, mind you. So it's like, go. What I did was I left. That's what I did. I left. He was like, leave my phone. I was like, okay. He was like, leave my phone. I was like, okay. And then I left the phone that he bought me. I left it, and then like they were like my mom and my stepdad, they were literally standing at the door watching me leave the gate, like the house, and then leave, go out the gate and go, and they were just staring at me. Like I thought maybe they were gonna stop me or anything, but they didn't, you know. I went out. It was late at night, y'all. It was late. It was so late. I don't know what I thought. I don't know what I thought or what I thought was gonna happen if I leave, but I did leave. So on my way, I was like, where am I going? Where am I going? I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my friend's house, right? They're not gonna kick me out at this time of the night. So I was like, so on the way there to my friend's house, I was busy like praying, not really like praying, but I was busy talking to God and telling God that, God, please protect me. I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know what bad thing is gonna happen to me along the way, but please protect me. I need to get to where I need to get to. Right. So I was walking, and then there were like a group of guys. They were having like a mini like bash or party at the ground, you know. So like when I was busy walking, I could hear like music and people. I was like, oh my God, please protect me, let these guys not stop me or anything. And then I walked, and I finally got to my friend's house. Then I knocked at my friend. I was crying, I was so hurt, I was so emotional. I thought that my parents would stop me, and I thought that, you know, they were playing or anything like that, but that didn't happen. They didn't stop me, and they let me leave, you know, in the middle of the night. They let me leave. So I stayed over my friend's house over the night, and then in the morning these people slept. They went to bed without me in the house, you know. So maybe they thought that I went to my grandma's house, right? So that they just went to bed. Me and my friend also went to bed, and then the next morning they came to my friend's house, and then I said, hide me. Then she hid me. Like, I don't want to go back to this house, you know. I don't want to go back to this house with these people. I don't want to live with these people anymore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was like puberty talking, but the main part was the stepdad. I didn't want to live in the same house as him anymore. He was abusive. I didn't want to go back to his house, right? So my friend hid me, and then they came looking for me, and she said, no, I don't know where she is. So people were panicking, you know. They went to the police station to file for like a missing person case, but then the police were like, no, she's not missing for like 24 hours, for more than like 24 hours. So minimum should be 24 hours for me to report her as missing, right? So they went looking for me to all of my friends, you know, everyone they thought like that I would go to. But I was just in my other friend's house. They came there, and then they went back to where they were without me coming out, right? So they said, okay, because you're saying that she's not here, we're gonna go to the police station then and try and beg the police to help us, right? And so they went away, and then I came out, and then my friend was like, yo, your parents were like saw her, they wanted to find you so badly, and I didn't know what to say, but I did not say that you're here. Oh, so okay, we were relaxed. Now we were doing my friend's washing behind the house, right? So now they came again. They came back. So when they came back, my friend was like, yo, they're here. So there's like a toilet. There's like 2 toilets, right, behind the house. At that side we were washing our clothes, and then she said, now what are you gonna do, because they're here and you can't go inside the house and hide. So I was like, I'm gonna hide inside the toilet. So I hid inside one of the toilets that was not working. It was not really used, right? Because there was like the toilet that flushes, you know, like the toilet that flushes, and then the other one was like the old one. So I hid inside that toilet. So obviously there's like, what is it? It's not a paving. It's what do you call it? Soil. So now footsteps. You can tell these are footsteps, right? So then my stepdad said, "Oh, we can't find her. You know, we can't find her." So we came back to tell you that like we can't find her. If there's anyone that you know who knows where she is, please like tell us, because we really need to find her. My friend was like, "No, I don't know where she is." So my stepdad is so creepy like that. He looked down, you know, on the ground, and then he saw the footsteps. He knew what type of shoes I wore. He knew the footsteps. He was like creepy. He was a psycho, you know. He knew like the footsteps of the shoe. He knew my footsteps. So I was like, oh my God, let them not find me. Inside the truck, I'm busy praying that they do not find me. So my stepdad, I hear my stepdad say, but these are her shoes. And then my friend's like, what do you mean? These are her footsteps. she's here inside. She's here somewhere. My friend was like, nah. Are you sure these have? Yeah, she's here. I'm definitely sure she came back here. So my stepdad followed the footsteps, right? And the footsteps led him to exactly where I was, in the toilet. He opened the toilet. I was busy praying, but then it was too late. He opened the toilet. He found me there, sitting there. He was like, you here all this time? I'm like, yeah. He was like, were you here all night? Did you like sleep here? I was like, yeah, I slept here, because I didn't want to get my friend into trouble, so I told them that I slept inside this toilet. And then they were like, why didn't you knock and let them make you sleep inside the house? I was like, nah, I don't want to bother them. I just didn't want to be a burden to people, so I slept here. And I was like, oh my god, aren't you cold? And my friend is also acting like he doesn't. I mean, she's also acting like she doesn't know. Ogutina, I wasn't there. Like she acts like, yeah, she's sorry. Oh my god, aren't you cold? Oh my god, why didn't you knock? We would have opened for you. Look at you. Are you okay? All these things like that. And then because they found me, they were like, okay, let's go home. I was like, I'm not going back there. And then they said, why? So my mom was so hurt. She was like, yeah, she was hurt. She was affected by all of this. And then I told her that I'm not going back to that house. I want to go and live with like my extended family. I don't want to live with them in the house anymore, because she's the only one I wanted to talk to. I didn't want to speak to my stepdad. I said I want to talk to my mom alone. And then I told her everything that I felt. I told her everything, that I don't want to go back to that house. It's not nice there. I want to go. I want to leave. And then finally they talked me out of that. They said, no, let's go. But my mom was like, no, it's fine. Let's just go back home. It'll all be well. That's what I love about my mom. She's a strong woman. She's very, I don't know, you will hurt her and hurt her and hurt her. She'll just look at you and pray to God that God gets her out of this situation. That's what all this time she did, through all of the struggles, through all of this abuse that we were in. She always hoped and prayed to God that He would get us out of the situation. She was in there and so hopeful and praying that one day we're gonna leave this house. We're gonna leave this house. I'm gonna be free from this man. You know what I'm saying? Because it was not nice living in that house. So she begged me to go back home with her. She was like, no, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get out of this house. We're gonna leave this house one day. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I was still in school and I didn't want it, because we had nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? We were living with this guy. We had nowhere to go, and it was so hard to leave, knowing that we'll be maybe homeless, possibly maybe we will be homeless. So we didn't want to leave, not knowing where we would go after that. Right, so she was like, nah, don't worry, God will get us out of the situation. You will need to finish school first, get through your matric. And then, because I think I was in grade 10 or 11 that time, I think 11. And then she was like, no, you need to finish school and do your matric, and then after your matric, maybe we can leave, I don't know. I was like, okay, yeah. And we went back. So what I really learned from this ordeal, this whole thing, or what I really would like you to take from this whole story of mine, is that whatever happened in your life, whatever situation you find yourself in, I don't know, you act with faith. That's what I'm trying to say. You act with faith, and you know that He, the one and only, the Father God of our Fathers, that He's gonna get you out of every situation that you're in. Walk with faith, get out of it with faith, because at the end of the day, or at the end of it all, at the end of maybe 3 or 4 years with this guy, we were able to leave him. We were able to leave him in his house. We were able to get out of the situation, regardless of everything. We were still able to get. So what I'm trying to say is that walk with faith. Even that day I went out of that house at night, a little girl in grade 11 and I didn't even know where I was going. I still left. I trusted God that God would get me even on the way to my friend's house. I was praying to God that He protects me modeling while I was walking there, because He's the only one who can get me out of every situation. He's the only one I trust, and I believe that He'll get me out, and I believe that He'll protect me and He'll guide me. So what I'm trying to say is that trust Him with all of your life, and trust me, I will tell you this now, and even in 10 years I will still say the same thing. He will get through. He will get you through. That's what I mean. He will get you through. Trust Him with all of your heart. Do not lean onto your own understanding. And He will get you out of every situation. And at the end of the day, He will show you that He's mighty, that He's merciful, that He's a graceful God. So yeah, that is my story of how I got kicked out at night. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned from it. And if you really did enjoy, please like the video and share, comment down below. And yes, please make sure that you follow me on my Instagram. I'll put it down below in the description box, and I'll also put it on the screen. And yeah, until next time, see you in my next one. Bye.